am still being affected by the weekends and what happened with San Diego Comic-Con. That is specifically the Marvel Studios panel. I was really looking forward to that, seeing what would come out of that for the future of the MCU, what Kevin Feige would talk about, and I am floored. It's just so much more than I could have imagined. I am overwhelmed with joy upon hearing what was revealed for the next couple phases. 5 and 6 now. Phase 4 is ending this year with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. 5 is starting with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Kevin Feige is the man. He loves this stuff. He's so passionate about it. He really thinks ahead. And this time he really did think ahead for the future of the MCU. So let's get into the stuff that stuck with me the most. The news and the details like that, and the new project titles that stuck with me the most coming out of San Diego Comic-Con for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Starting with Captain America 4, now titled New World Order. Great title. Based on the title, sounds like it's going to be a continuation from Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show. Sam Wilson is dealing with these new problems around the globe. You know, 'cause obviously after the blip, governments are acting differently, society's vastly different now, and as Captain America, he's got to deal with it. The evolution of Sam Wilson's Captain America is going to be very exciting. I loved him as the new Captain America in just one episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier at the end of the show. Just from that one episode where he finally took on the mantle of Captain America, I'm totally on board for Sam Wilson's take on Cap, or I should say Anthony Mackie's take on Sam Wilson's Captain America. That really excites me. Now, Daredevil Born Again is the new Daredevil show coming. Talk about a redemption story, right? Now, the Daredevil show on Netflix was canceled. I love the show. I think the 3rd season is my absolute favorite. I love the storylines in that show. They canceled it after 3 seasons, and that was the biggest disappointment of my day, week, and month when I found out. But they're coming back with a new show. This one is probably going to be within the context of the main MCU. The other show is kind of loosely in the MCU, sort of. I always just saw that as being in its own canon. But this is going to be a main MCU show, I'm guessing. It's going to be 18 episodes. Hopefully each episode is not like WandaVision, where an episode's 30 minutes, half of it is the show, and then the rest of the show is just credits in the middle. Hopefully that won't. I don't think they're going to do that. And it's great they're bringing back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. This is perfect. Yeah, I love the Netflix show, and to see them coming back with the same actors for a reboot of Daredevil within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like the main universe, it excites me very much, makes me very happy. Avengers 5 and 6. Now, in terms of the new titles that were talked about, those are the 2 titles that honestly blew my mind the absolute most. I just couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't take so much good news anymore at that point. Avengers 5 is going to be titled The Kang Dynasty. Avengers 6 will be Secret Wars. It's clear that Kang is going to be the next big bad after Thanos. I think he's going to be even more terrifying than Thanos. He might be a better villain, I don't know. Just from the Loki finale alone, where his variant appears, and that whole episode is my favorite episode of Loki, and it was at that moment that I knew, wow, Kang actually has the potential to be a really complex, threatening villain. He's going to be the villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's going to be fantastic. Jonathan Majors is playing him. He should be fantastic in Quantumania. I'm really looking forward to Kang. That's one villain I'm absolutely looking forward to in the future of the MCU, along with Adam Warlock, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, the two last movies I am looking forward to the most that are coming in the near future, they're about to be released in at least less than a year from now. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is coming in just a few short months. Obviously, we will not have Chadwick Boseman in Wakanda Forever. His passing was so sudden, and actually thinking about it still, when it happened 2 years ago, still thinking about it, still pains me a little bit. It really, I couldn't get it out of my head after first hearing about it, first hearing that he had passed on. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I mean, he was such a great actor. He was fantastic in Black Panther, and I'm looking forward to the beautiful tribute that the cast of Wakanda Forever keeps talking about. That they give Chadwick such a wonderful tribute in the next movie. So, in the trailer, we got a trailer for Wakanda Forever, and it's a lot to handle. But, you know, the visuals are striking, the cinematography is amazing in that trailer. It's one of the most beautiful things about the trailer, along with the music. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's action-packed. I think it's one of the best trailers for any MCU movie. And it's a real tearjerker. The other movie I want to talk about that's coming soon, that I'm looking forward to the most in the MCU's near future, it's coming up in less than a year now, is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Since seeing the first movie almost 10 years ago, that summer, that weekend, it was coming out, I went to see it, and since then I feel like I've been on this fandom journey, I guess I'll call it. I really feel like maybe I'm not trying to sound silly, but I really take my love for not just the Guardians movies, but the characters themselves. I take my love for the Guardians of the Galaxy very seriously. And so, obviously the final movie will be very emotional and sad, you know? But after hearing all the details we've got about that movie, which is also, again, it's a lot more than I was anticipating. And after watching the panel, because they released all the panels from San Diego Comic-Con, after watching that panel, it really is starting to hit me hard that this is, in fact, going to be a huge emotionally charged ending for these characters. The Guardians of the Galaxy, will continue, but for these particular characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy, their stories will end right here. And after seeing the cast talk about it on this panel, James Gunn, a brilliant, wonderful director, seeing him talk about it, it's really affecting me, man. I love the movie so much, I love these characters so much, I love this cast so much. This is really such a beautiful cast. They love each other. They're so devoted to the fans. They're so devoted to the characters they play. I love it so much. It's starting to sink in a lot that this will be one of the... I think it's got a chance at being one of... No, it'll probably be James Gunn's absolute best movie, best comic book movie. I think it has a chance at being that. Just from the word of mouth from these guys. I said it before in my No Way Home review, how that movie was very emotionally heavy, No Way Home, and that I was hoping to see the same thing applied to future MCU movies. Like that's something I'm really looking forward to. Looks like that's exactly what we're getting now with the upcoming movies. I can't wait to see how much more compelling they can get. Yeah, when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna prepare myself emotionally as much as I can. It's gonna be great, but it's also gonna be very sad. I think Rocket's not gonna make it through the third movie. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I think he's gonna get killed off. Or probably, and I really hope that this happens instead of him getting killed off. I really hope he settles down and spends the rest of his life truly happy. He settles down somewhere on a planet and lives the rest of his life in peace. And yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, and then a lot of the plot details, like, for example, Cosmo the Space Dog's going to be in Volume 3. She's being played by Maria Bakalova, you know, stuff like that. That's really exciting, along with all the other details we've gotten. But yeah, this is, I'm still being affected by this a lot. It was a lot to take in all at once. But anyway, those are my most anticipated future MCU projects. I'm looking forward to the most. It's just so great. I feel so great about this. And anyways, I will see you at the next React.